like I'm there, guys. Now, sorry about all this. Let's turn this down, see how long this lasts before. I just tried something different. There's another live thing up the top. Anyway, without further ado, hi Jeanette. Hi Margaret. Hi Linda. This is a live class. My ladies have all collected their kits, so they're going to stamp along with me if they wish. So I'm going to get right into it in case the internet drops out again. I believe that's what the problem is. I don't think it's me. So I don't know if you all saw the card that I did, the card that we're going to do, but my ladies have all seen it. And I'll just show you again. Now, what have I done with the poppies one? What have I done with it? Oh, for goodness sake, now I can't find anything. Oh well, I'll just have to go by, what in the heck have I done with that? I'm always losing things, aren't I? So without further ado, we'll get on with, now I gave you your masks, girls. Thanks if you're all joining me. You're going to have to catch it later if you can't see it now, because we're under the pump a little bit. Now, I think I told most of you that I have just done, I was inspired to do this card by the ones I just showed you before we cut out, that Pam sent me. And I have just done, I can give you Pam's measurements, but what I did was just, and I've given you a mask, so, and you've all got the measurements of that on your little template thing, and I think I've just moved that. It's rather annoying because I can't seem to do that with that. There, hang on, I should have done this earlier instead of messing around. I should have just been pretending I was scoring it. Now I need to get mine out. Mine's thick cardstock. I think I might have, well, I gave you the blue one where yours isn't thick. Now, where's my bone folder? And what I did was I went over it with the scoring thing, and because it's got to go through two layers, two thick layers, I actually went like that as well. Give it a good score. And you still might have to, yeah, that's right. So you had your card folded over first. Show you that bit. This is the main bits of it. I don't know what I've done with the other one. So give them a fold. Just making sure you can see what I'm doing. Give them a fold in there like that. Make sure it's all level, because it wasn't level there. Where are we? So get your edges, can you see that, guys? Get your edges together before you actually give it a good score with your bone folder, and then you should be good to go, because then when you open it up, it's like that. Okay, which you will see because I've given you the template as well. I just really don't know what I've done with my card I was going to copy off. So I'll pop them aside. Just going to have to wing it, aren't I? Is it over there hiding? No, because I had it right here. Never mind, cut my bits first. So mine was different paper. Mine was the blue. It will, I don't know how things just disappear on me. I've thrown that away now. I didn't want to throw that away. So this here, this is how you'll cut your DSP. I just cut it to match on my normal. The reason I didn't use Pam's measurements was because I didn't want to be referring back to how to cut. Like I have my own, I have my marks on my trimmer I've showed you before, and I just like to go with that and use those measurements. So that's what I did, but I used the same measurements as Pam's mat, and they worked for me. So then you'll just make sure again that that's going to be right, and it is. And then before you glue anything down, you would, I think I've got my poppies upside down, don't think that matters. Then it will fit nicely there, and this piece, throw that aside, this piece will go, wish I could find my card so I knew where it went. Oh, here it is. It couldn't be far away. This is the card we're doing, but mine's in a different paper. Oh no, it goes up the top there. So for this to fit there, you will need to, what the heck have I done? It's not going to fit, is it? Or is it? Oh, that one fits there. What have I done there? I cut that in the wrong orientation, have I? No, that should be right. That should be right, and that should be, yeah, like that. Like that. That's how. Oh, I see. That's that way. Oh, yeah, so you'll have to use the opposite side of it, sorry. For there. I forgot about that. And then to make that fit, you just need to cut, Pam says 1/2 inch, but I don't think you need 1/2 inch. I would go 1/2 centimetre. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, 1/2 centimetre, that's fine. Oh, and that matches, yeah, then that matches. Well, no, it doesn't match that. Oh, I'm getting all bamboozled. This one, this is the inside bit. That's why it wouldn't match. Sorry, guys. I'm getting, when the internet doesn't work, I get rattled. So that I want there, and I want this piece. Just make sure that this long piece is going onto your cutting line, okay? As I've told all of you, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, that like that. No, that like, see, just make sure that that's, even if you've got that going the right way, it's sometimes, see, it wasn't for me. I had it turned around the other way. Just make sure, like I'm doing here, that it's going the right way for you, that it's all going to be right before you lay it on your trimmer and before you cut, okay? I'll check in a sec and see if anyone's asking me any questions. Just want to make sure that's lined up properly, and I guess everyone can see that. See a little bit of paper stuck in there. Now let's see how we went. So this is the inside. So we've got this here, and we've got this here. And we want to cut just a little smidgy off here. So line it up to 1/2 centimetre. That worked for me. Maybe Pam said 1/2 centimetre. I don't know. I only watched the video once. I didn't go back to it to see, to check, which I probably should have. Yeah, you can cut a bit more off it if you like, but just however you wish. And then you're going to do the same thing with your white piece. Let's pop them over there so I don't lose them. That goes here. So with your white bit, where's my mat? Your white bit you'll want, here you're going to be so practiced at this by the time you get this card done. And see, I had to turn that over again. So just turn it over so it fits in that triangle, and then you won't go wrong. I'll have to tell you, I stuffed up my first one that I ever did. I had the fold going over there. So it's just a matter of, and that's the reason I gave you the extra, the mask to, like the card that, what am I trying to say, the template card, so that you can refer back to it, and then you'll know exactly how things are meant to go. It's always nice to have one to refer back to. So then, oh, I wanted that, didn't I? That bit. I'll just make sure they fit so I'm not telling you lies. So that fits all right. You don't need to cut any off that, but this one you'll need to cut a little bit off. The longest edge I would go, 1/2 centimetre, or maybe even a bit more. Cut that off there. And that should go there. Oh, I know what else I didn't do. I didn't punch out my heart. Little white heart, and I meant to punch that out. Got mixed up with my embossing. I decided to emboss before in case we cut out and I didn't have enough time. So just try and quickly put this together. I'm scared we're going to drop out. If we drop out, we'll just have to come back in again. Just have to try, keep trying. And hopefully we'll be all good. Now this, you guys have got a plain bit of this because I'm not allowed to sell stamped images. So yours won't be, this is black embossed onto the red. You wouldn't necessarily need to black emboss onto the red. That's just what I did. And then, what did I do with that? Yeah. And then this one. So, and I've also, on my first card, I used a different happy birthday. And then I was looking back and I thought, oh, why didn't I just do that? So I've stamped that twice, stamped one on the red, then stamped one on here. Whereas my first card, I used the happy birthday from the Poppy set on that one. So you could do that as well because that fits. So with this one, I didn't actually look to see if this was going through or not. I might have to trim that off the edge, do I? No. Just have to, not sure whether that's in the centre or not. I have to cut a bit off there so I can see. Oh, I don't want to cut it all off. We'll have nothing to hang on to. I'll just check in a minute whether everyone's asking many questions. So, what do we think? Is that, yeah, it can't go any further. Now I've got that in the road. Shouldn't have done that. Should have just left it. So I don't want that black edge. There we go. So that is punched out of there with our, don't ask me the names, they're in the, that's in the mini catalogue as well. And I'm just going to pop that over there because I think we're done with that for a minute. Grab my snail and start quickly putting things together because I've got all, and you guys, pardon me, you've got all your poppies cut out, so you're all good to go as well. Just make sure that's centered in there. Stick down your DSP. I won't stick this down yet because I need to stamp on that. There's my bit of rich raspberry here. Put that away, because I'll end up losing that and chasing around looking for that. How's everyone going? You're understanding what I'm doing? No one's commenting. Am I still here? Yep. I couldn't see where I trimmed off the triangular piece. Sorry, Rhonda, I'll go over that one again in a sec. I'll just get this down. Oh, come on. A bit much there. Needs to be, it's a bit tricky to get this centered actually. Yeah, That's right. So that's that there. And this one. So do you mean, Rhonda, where I took the extra piece off? Is that what you mean? I think I've done that upside down. Maybe, have I? Don't do yours upside down. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay, so that one goes there with some dimensionals. Might be the extra bit that you mean, is it? Where'd that go? There. I'll show you that again in a sec. I'm trying to be fast. That's when I usually mess everything up. Never mind. So, was it, are you answering me? Because there's probably a bit of a lag there, the extra piece. Okay. So what I did was, just making sure that's in the camera. So what I did was, I won't do it because I've already cut enough off. I lined it up there, yeah, you can see that. I lined it up on the, so the shortest bit to the top. I'll just push that further up, will I? Not sure where that's going for you. No, further down, this way. It's alright, I'm getting there. Further down is where you can see it. Okay, I'll need to remember that. So I pushed this short side up to the top, and then I went over to 1/2 centimetre and trimmed down there. Okay? Are you all good with that? Okay, all good. All right, now I don't need that one. So we've all got our poppies done as well. Oh, I did leave them. Don't know why I did that, because you all know how to do that, don't you? I should have done that before too. Just put those over there. I didn't give you those bits. I'll show you that in a sec. Let's get some glue. We've been through this before, but I intended to show you again, in case you forgot. I did that with our little, oops, piece of, little bit of multi-purpose glue. You'll be happy, maybe you'll be happy to know that adhesive sheets are coming back in. So that'll be good. And then making sure you've got the right side of your poppy up. Just line that up. Because I didn't do this for you guys either. I couldn't do everything for you, could I? I'll also show you the sets after we're done, because I'm just wanting to get done first. Not that I'm not enjoying being with you, I am, but I'm scared of getting kicked off. Oh goodness, now. Maybe I should have done that before. Whoops, where are you? You're there. Now it sticks to your fingers. That's that. And then we had we did have a centre somewhere, did we? I don't think I do. Oh yes, I do. Here it is. This black thing. I see some people have been making out like that's a virus thing, a COVID thing. They've been doing multiple different colours of those. I've got glue squirting everywhere there. And I'll just do, I think I left one leaf to do as well, just to show you. don't know, I've left them all by the looks. Oh no, there's one. Got to find all my bits. And there's the other bit. Make sure you don't put the glue on the wrong side. That's what I'm just checking. So glue him together. I've already done one. I didn't want to do them all. So that I've got the darker ones. It's Mossy Meadow going on top of the Old Olive. Bit fiddly and a bit messy, this bit. But that's okay. And look, I've just put the glue on the wrong side after telling you guys not to, I think, have I? I think I did. But you know what? That's going to do. No one's going to know that except me, are they? And you guys and however many are watching right now. Okay, so now we had just this is all sticky now, so I don't want the sticky side. Because I can see where I went there, I'm just going to pop some snail on there. And it's good to, it took me ages to do this because positioning the flowers was the hardest bit. But now that I've got them all positioned, we'll just go there, and we're just going with snail, so I should be okay if I need to lift it up if it's not in the right spot. Perhaps that's a bit further over. It's not. That might do. And then when you put this on, you obviously don't want to put glue on here. You want it on this half only. So I think I put dimensionals just on this half. I'll just put 2. No, I might put 3 because we need it to stick pretty well, don't we? So he can go there. Whoops, where's my other flower? He can go there. Is he going to poke out? Can just do that. I think I wanted him further over. Or skew whiffed a bit. Anyway, here's what it is today. And I didn't give you guys any, what do I do with them? I discovered these when I was making some special cards at the weekend. I thought, I haven't used these bud things before. So I thought they added a lot to the card. So I thought I might use them now. And if you guys want them, well, you're just going to have to buy the set, aren't you? Simple as that. Maybe we'll put the longer one there. I didn't want to use 4, I just didn't know whether, whether 2 would look good or get in there to find a hole there. Those ones can hang down a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll put the hanging down ones here, and the ones that can't hang down I'll put there. That's what I'll do. This is such a gorgeous set. I don't know why you guys haven't got it. Denise has got it. I don't know why your other lot haven't got it. It's beautiful. It is going through to the new catalogue too. So there's still time to get it, and it's actually not orderable at the moment. I looked for Judy the other day. She was waiting for not this but part of it to must have been the other dies that were on back order, so it's actually not orderable anyway, so don't need to worry about that. Now for the inside, I did this cute little heart. Got stuff everywhere there. I'm just going to get rid of that out the road so I've got more room here. These are the hearts that were in the occasions book. They're also, I believe, retiring. So that, oh, I need my white bit first though, don't I? I need my white bit there. Did I cut some off here? Yeah, I think I did. So if I get the adhesive on there. There, and then he goes there. I might stick this bit on first. So these are the poppy elements. I actually just stuck that on with multi-purpose because you don't want too much thickness in the, this is a fairly thick card anyway. I didn't want it any thicker than what it is. And then what I did was just put a bit of snail on the back of that to make sure that it was going to be in the right spot, because I can always rub the snail off, and so make sure that it's going to close like that. So that's where you're going to put your adhesive. So you can just put your snail there. Can everyone see? Lift that up. I've shifted that now, and put your snail on there. Just I've got time to move that if it's not right, and it is right. So there we go. Now I think I've got a stamp here for this one. I'm just making sure I'm going to stamp it on the right piece. I'll make my snail in a second. This comes out of the poppy set as well. I don't know what I'm going to do about that glue. I've got to wait till it dries to get it off. Now, what have I done with the inside sentiment? Here, would it? Ah, here it is, right here. You could either do that in black in the Memento, or you can do it in your poppy ink. But you guys haven't got poppy, have you? None of you've got it, except for Denise. I want, before you stamp it, you've got little poppies, you've got the little poppy elements as well to go in there. So before I stamp, I'm going to make sure that's fairly straight too. Yep, it's not quite. That's better. If I stamped it straight, it'd be fine. That's pretty good. And also as well, I just used a bit of liquid glue for him. Using the elements was good because you guys haven't got the set, so that worked out really well for me. Pop that away. I won't go ahead and decorate the envelope because not many of you've got the stamp set. I think I gave you guys, what did I give you? I think I gave you some vellum elements, and you can use whatever you like. You could put, I might have even given you one of those. I just can't quite remember what I gave you now. So I did the kits last weekend. That's a long time ago, isn't it? Looks like I've got a bit of a smudge on there. Maybe I had some of that dreadful black ink on my hand. So I'll come back and put one of the poppy stamps on there. Yeah, I've got black ink all over me. That's what I dislike about Memento. I seem to get it everywhere. Okay. And there's also, I won't fiddle with them now because they are, we'll warn you, they are quite fiddly, but you can also get these, well, if they're still available, Peaceful Poppy sequins. But they're gorgeous, but they are rather fiddly. So I might pop some of them on later. I will do the envelope later. So there, and you can't even really tell that I've done that up the wrong way, can you? So there's the two versions. Some of you have got the blue, and some of you've got the rich razzleberry. So, and I've dropped a sequin. There. want to be trying to stamp over that. I'd have a bump, wouldn't I? Okay, so is everyone all good with that? See, Simone, you're missing out. There. You would have had this beautiful card as well. Okay, so that's card number 1. Let's put those over there. And we'll get on to the second one. When I do my blog posts, I'll give shout outs to the people that I case these folds from. There was one, this one is actually done, the golf one is done, well, it's probably almost exactly how she's done it, but there were no instructions when I went to a blog. You had to join a group or something that she was on Facebook, and I joined that and I still didn't get instructions. So I just went and found another one and used those measurements and copied that. And I think I gave you the measurements, did I? Did I score yours? I think I did. And I don't have the measurements here, but you'll get them later. I haven't done your PDF yet, but I will. So just where I've scored, I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, I do have the measurements, sorry. Well, I did have. I had a purple mat somewhere. Where's that? Which I won't waste time looking for now. It is here somewhere. And it's got all the measurements written down on it. What the heck did I do with that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. And I wanted to show you this as well. This set is actually leaving. Oh, and that's what else I wanted to point out as well. This set here, whatever it's called, is leaving as well. This is called a bay window card. So I've used the paper that you've got, your pieces are cut from one side of the designer series paper for the golf set. Has, I'll just flatten that down, has the, it has this, it has, so that's that side, and this side has all of these that you can cut out and use in your cards. So technically you wouldn't even need the stamp set, or if you just got the paper, but it is actually leaving, so I don't know if there's any of that left. And that's the poppy paper I was going to show you as well. But let's get on to this card. Yeah, I'll just, if anyone's watching, 3/8, 1 7/8, 3 5/8, 5/8 and 5.5. The DSP is 6 by 4 inches, cut at 1 3/8, 1 5/8, 1 3/8. And the leftover piece will be 1 3/8. And if you were using, I think it was Rachel Tessman has done, I looked at various ones, and if you put those, if you cut that in order and place those down in order, remember the beautiful frosted, was a beautiful seaside spray, the paper that we had at Christmas time. She had done one with that, and if you put the DSP in that order on your card, it will look like a scene. So you'll have that, and you'll have that going there. I think I mucked up there, and I think I've only got a little piece there. That should be the same as that. Anyway, let's get going. There's not much to this card. It's quite a cute card, but what you actually need to do, did I finish scoring that? No, because I was looking for the, did I give you guys the measurements? It's a bit mean if I didn't. And that one, so this one goes up like that, okay, and then this here, you're going to put adhesive on this piece here and stick that together. So you're best to use your tear and tape. So you won't mess that up. Just grab your tear and tape and pop it just in the centre of this piece here. I'm not going to tear it because every time I tear it I tear my cardstock as well. So as long as you're doing it on the inside, don't do it on the outside. Not that it really matters that much. So then, any questions about that, this card? Oh, thanks, Jeanette. Thanks, Margaret. Oh, having trouble getting the sticky off. Where's my little pokey tool? That fixed that. I think I've got a bit of mind. So that piece there will just stick together like that. And then, no, I think I've done it the wrong way. Doesn't matter. I'll just flick it the other way. Then he will kind of go. I might just score that again because I think I actually did do mine the wrong way around, but I'm not going to be perturbed about that. Alright, now for our papers. Actually, probably be better if you adhered your papers before you did that. That was what I was going to do, and that was what I was going to tell you. That went out the window though, didn't it? That was a week ago. Just going to try and tidy up my silicone mat a little bit so I don't have my DSP stuck to that. Now, just lay your pieces down to make sure that they're in the right order, I guess. That one there, and that one for the inside. And with this, it doesn't really matter whether it's in order or not. You could be fussy and make sure it's all in order, but it doesn't really matter. And if you didn't like these colours, you could flip it over, and if you've all got navy or even white, you could do it in that. So I've got mine a little bit long. It's a little bit longer than I would have liked. Come on. Maybe trim yours down a little bit if I've done the same with yours. They're almost to the edges of that one. I don't know what I did. Goodness knows, I could have cut it wrong. That one's all right. This one's a bit short. Don't know why. Maybe I've mucked up. But no one's going to notice that, are they? I could fix it later if it bothered me. Probably will. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So there's a few things I've already done because I was going to do them live, but with the internet messing me around, I wasn't going to risk it. So these all come from the golf set. So you get this is not going through, as I've just said. So the grass and the golf ball and the golf ball's rather cute, as you'll see with yours. It's got indentions just like a real golf ball. So yeah, it's rather cute. And where is my art piece? It's already coloured and everything. Now where's that gone? Oh, here it is. So I did this one. Some of you've got lady golfers and some of you've got male golfers. Don't know whether anyone's got golfers in their lives, but, and with this one you just want to put the adhesive, you don't want to put it on these edges because you don't want it to stick there. So we'll just, where's my, I was going to stamp the happy birthday and cut that out. That happy birthday in this set, it matches the framelit there, okay? So if I pop the dimensionals in the centre, and if I can get them off, might be a good idea to put your happy birthday on first. And there's another reason I did this first too, because you guys will be able to put whatever you want there. You don't have to put, because I know none of you have got this set. I don't even think Rhonda's got this one, unless she's been as bad as me and got it eventually, like we usually all do. I don't know, I think just sometimes you struggle for male ideas for male cards, and sometimes you like something a little bit different, and I'll be keeping this one. And then just make sure I've got the light's not real good in here today. Make sure I've got the right sides of both of those. That on there. And then when you put dimensionals on here, it will hold your card up for display. Actually, I don't want dimensionals that side because that'll stop your card from sitting in there. I want it to sit in there. If I'll just show you that now. So put that in the centre, and then your card can just go in the centre there. I think with my first one I put the dimensionals too far there. So what do you think of that one? You like that one? And again, I'm not going to do the insides, just in case we don't blast the distance. We'll go back, and that's all I did. I just did a golf ball in the garden green on top of there, so I'll go back and do that later. These bits. And we'll keep moving along to the next one. Yeah, it is a good fold, Margaret. Just thought while we're in lockdown, folds are good, and anything that you can use cutouts for are good. So the next one, I had a heart attack then, I thought I'd lost my card. The next one, you've all got different ones of these. Oops, I've just about destroyed that, taking it out of the envelope. This is another cute fun fold that I can't remember where I got this from, but I will find it and we'll put it on my website. So another really quick and easy one. Again, I've done most of the work for you, and these dinosaurs cut out of the paper, which is probably all sold out now. The dinosaur set is going through, the paper is not. So there's 2 sheets in there. I don't want to waste too much time going back to there. So just like we do the other ones, you can cut around there and then put it. I didn't cut the bits for the backs for your dinosaurs. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that. I didn't realise that they didn't have them. Yeah, so for this one, I just will copy this because I'll probably forget and mess it up if I don't. Now that one goes on there. I can stick that on there. It's basically, see if anyone's asking any questions. because you're allowed to ask questions in a class. Hi Di Mathers, you're watching again. Any of my girls got questions on their kits? Am I going too fast for you? Just like a normal class, isn't it? I whiz through and they say, now, back a step. How'd you do that? I'm just worried that the internet's going to drop out, that's all. And my words were a bit far over there. So it's really just a normal card base, and then what you do is you cut off, what is that? I think it's 1 inch or 1.5 inches off here. Yeah, 1.5 inches off there, and that becomes your banner. So you can either use your scissors to banner it, and that's scored at 1.5 inches as well. So really easy cards to remember how to do. So we'll just score that, and then that goes underneath your white bit, so don't stick your white bit in yet. Just make sure that's the right way. So we're going to go ahead and, I've got the measurements for this one now. I'm just trying to think who it was. Her piece for the front was 2.5 by 3. I did have to actually, I've forgotten what sort of a card it was now. Oh, here's the measurements. This piece has 1.5 inches cut from the front, and this piece here is scored at 1.5. That's my mat that I'll go back to. But if I wanted to put a circle, or you'd have to make sure something fit. So I think my squares of white are a little bit bigger than that, some of them, and that's why, because I wasn't sure whether they would fit. So for your words, you want to come over a bit more than what I did, because you don't really want the words for the inside showing on the outside, do you? And we've got to do some stamping on there, do we? Yeah, I'll use happy birthday, and what do I do with that now? Oh, there it is there. That's okay. What do I want? I want you're awesome. You'll notice I'm doing a Sharon and I'm not using a mat. Being very brave. So I'm going to put that about. So I'm not putting it in the centre because I don't want it to show. So hopefully that's right there. I will use a mat for that dinosaur though. That little, what's it called? I'm not up with dinosaurs. Not quite sure what it's called. Sometimes these ones that are going from different pads, and I find it difficult to remember how each one opens when you're used to using one and then go to the other ones. So why I'm doing this is because sometimes with these blocked out stamps, sometimes you get a little bit of bubbling. You guys know what I mean because you've seen me do this before, haven't you? So I just want to grab a scrap bit of paper. Yeah, I just want to grab this and see how that stamps first. Remember I said to you the other day, we always have a practice first. Or I nearly always do. Oh, he's got dimension in him, is he? I thought looked a bit darker. It almost looked old olive, really. Okay, so he's there. I want him probably going about there. No, I probably want him up the top because he's a flying one, isn't he? Hoping that's not going to be in the road and be seen. If it is, it's just going to be too bad today, because when you haven't tried out the particular card design, it's a little bit difficult. I've tried the design, that's not what I mean. Haven't tried this variation is what I meant. Now that's going to go on the inside. Sorry, I'm switching from one to the other here, but just bear with me. I'm just going to find where I want my happy birthday. So if he's going to be flying up there, I probably want my happy birthday there. And I want to do the happy birthday in peacock because it stands out. It's a strong colour. Don't know if you guys have got peacock. If you haven't, just as well there's two sides to cardstock, isn't there? Just put my thumb in that. I want him to be all on there. Okay, see if I can't get my thumb in there again. I'm just going to wipe my hands just in case. It's all the fun of it, isn't it? Getting inky. So that can go direct. Well, that one can get popped up on there, but I'll pop that on there. Whoops. Once I open my snail up, I'll put that on there first. Got quite a large border there. Don't know quite why I did that. Just use some of these big ones. This one might have to use